Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to part 137, I believe. Yep, 137, that's what it says. Let's get back on with what we were doing, which is hunting down the many question marks left in. I was going to say fucking Skyrim then, but because I've been thinking about playing Skyrim recently, but no, we are playing The Witcher. Yeah, so we're going to drop all our shit here, and we're going to we're going to drop as much shit as physically possible to basically make it so we can yeah, we'll drop about there. We go so we can run and sprint to where we need to be, and then we can get ourselves back quickly. But we're going to be finishing off Skellige. Yeah, Skyrim Skellige. Very, very close name-wise, but yeah, I think there's going to be a big-ass monster to fight here because, well, it's up the mountain, and there's loads of open area. Not what I was expecting. Also level 21. Like, that's a really low level for Cyclops. Still hits hard, but, you know, not really an enemy that's going to give us many problems, but I'd say it's worth it. Let's get off here. Oh, okay. I thought I drank a potion of, swallow potion, but no, I didn't. It's all good. So, once we go to here, we're going to go hit there, and then we're going to pull back down to these. We're in the middle straight. I would say we're just beginning like the middle part of the entire ordeal. I don't know why I'm calling it ordeal. It's not really. Well, actually, no. It's a bit of an ordeal. This is fucking painful, but it's painful in a way that, you know, it's going to pay off greatly later. Purely because we're going to have a shit ton of money, dimeritium, and, you know, it's going to make everything much easier later on for us. Which is, you know, the way to do it. So we've got a lot of long travels today, but once we get the long travels past, we'll be on the short travels. The short travels are going to be pretty much no problem at all for us. And we'll just smash these out. I'm expecting about 350 inventory space taken up, maybe 400, maybe 300 actually. It's a fringe for 400 is where I'm thinking we'll hit, which is why 350 is probably the most accurate one. Make sure we get this on so we can fuck up any sirens that get in the way. I don't actually have to hold it, it just shoots this time. That's a bit annoying. Right, I think it's just past here. Oh, fuck yeah. World map. Yeah, okay, no, it's the island past this one. Should be a couple of parts. I think, yeah, we'll definitely be in Tucson, hopefully, if I'm right, by 140, which is still a lot of parts before, you know, we're doing what we need to do. That is how it is, isn't it? I love the map of Skellige. It's so nice. Like, it's, you know, it's got these like nice mountainous peaks with snow. It's got the nice dense forests. It's beautiful. It truly is. And I'm assuming that boat is where we're going. Or that ship. I'm in a boat. That's a ship. Yeah. Let's make sure we get the vernacular right. Because some people get a bit picky if you don't get vernacular about boats and ships right. Because a ship can carry a boat, but a boat cannot carry a ship. I believe that's what my grandfather always told me. It's that's the best way to figure out if something's a boat or a ship. Which is weird, but that's the way I was told. Yeah, it looks like that boat is going to be whatever this question mark is. I'm hoping to try and get down to at least like 20. Actually, let's do a quick count. We've got quite a bit of time left. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Okay, so I want to get down to about 15 by the end of this part if I can. 10 would be perfect, because I mean I'd only have one more part of this, and we could go straight to Tucson after that. Oh, sorry, straight to the start quest of Tucson after probably throwing some money at the engraver, because Jesus Christ, we have a lot of money on us. I only want 20 grand on me for when I do whatever the what's it called is when I do the oh fuck, the words are not coming to my mouth. Whenever I do the Tucson quest, when I start the Tucson quest, I only want like 20 grand on me. Not because I can't have more, but because it just makes sense to, you know, enchant. Like, I never did it. I've said this before, but I never did the enchanting or anything like the glyph words or anything like that. So this was literally the first time I even saw what he was possible of doing, and honestly, I'm kicking myself that I didn't do it earlier. Like, he comes with such good like items, like good like the Igni one isn't perfect because, you know, you can no longer set people on fire, but still fucking amazing. And it's still one of those things I'm like, why the fuck did I not get this sooner? But, you know, or why did I not do this when I originally played it? But it's not really something I can answer to myself, because I don't know why I didn't do it. But this time I'm gonna definitely make use of it. And obviously, if the next 15 grand makes him even better, that's a fucking massive win for us. So yeah, we're gonna go hit here. Go back up, and then we'll, yeah, it's gonna be, this is the convoluted part. But that looks like the I'm sorry, I've just realized the goddamn men are tied to the fucking lines. The men are tied to them. Fucking hell, that's pretty metal. That's pretty metal indeed. So I think this is going to be the next longest, and once we've done this one, we've pretty much done the longest parts of the trip without any, you know, interaction with the, like, any question marks being done. So, like I said, I just want to get down to, like, 15, if I can, maybe. I'm okay with 18. Like, I don't mind how many we get done, as long as we get, like, a good number of them done. And, you know, we're spending, like, as long as we do this, like, smart, I'm not worried about how many we do. We got the more annoying ones done in the last part, so, you know, we're pretty much sorted on that front. At this point, it's literally just get these ones done and we're golden. Which I'm legitimately looking forward to. Like, I'm looking forward to doing them as well as, you know, getting them done. But, yeah. So, yeah, there's not really much to say. I mean, like, a lot of people just talk about random crap like I am doing now, but, you know, I don't really have many random stories to say about sailing, because I never sailed at all. I think I've been on a boat a few times. I think the last time I was on a boat was in Portsmouth, at the port, obviously, but it was the port where the Mary Rose is. And this is when the Mary Rose was not. So for those who don't know, the Mary Rose is a half of a British, British carrack, I believe, from when Henry Tudor was Henry the Eighth, the second, no, not Henry the Seventh, Henry the Eighth. When he was building his, he had built a ship, and it would set sail to port from Portsmouth, and obviously it's a big ass ship, a massive fucking ship. And it was top heavy, so they had too many cannons on the top decks in comparison to low decks, and it made a turn on its maiden voyage, I believe. I may be wrong on the maiden voyage. It has been a long ass time since I've read up about the Mary Rose or even thought about it, other than the fact that my dad has a plaque in the rebuilt section of it, because they rebuilt half of it to compare to the half they preserved, which, you know, you could buy a plaque for. And my dad, who died quite a long time ago now, my grandparents bought a plaque for him, but, you know, that's just a cool side story there. Anyway, yeah, so the last time I was on a ship was around there. But the Mary Rose, yeah, basically, it tried to turn, fell into the water, and, yeah, that pretty much describes what the fuck happened to it. It got fucked. Quite badly by, luck. Well, not luck, by stupidity actually, by failure to design a smart system where instead of being top heavy like a dipshit. Though we can say this now because obviously it's in the past, but yeah, the ship I was on was the HMS Warrior and the HMS Victory. The HMS Victory, of course, being Admiral Nelson of the Battle of Trafalgar. I think it was Trafalgar. Fuck me, it better be Trafalgar now. I think it is. Yeah, it's Nelson, Admiral Nelson of the Battle of Trafalgar, which is the battle where we destroyed Napoleon's fleet and pretty much wrecked his chance of doing anything anything with it, because we're pricks. We pretty much ruined his entire naval campaign with that battle. I believe we were also outnumbered at that battle as well. Horatio Nelson, yes, the Battle of Trafalgar it was. Actually, no, fuck this, I'm Googling it. I can't say something and it be wrong. Yeah, Waterloo was the last battle. Trafalgar was indeed the naval battle where Horatio Nelson defeated the French fleet pretty goddamn spectacularly. Again, I'm English though, so I guess I would think it was spectacular, but you get the point. It was yeah. So those are the two ships I've been on. The HMS Warrior is a ship that has never fired a single shot in anger or while at war. And obviously the HMS Victory is in dry dock. I believe it's still in dry dock. I don't know if they've put it to war yet. Or put it to sea. I don't know the correct terminology, but I don't believe they have. But that was when I was about 12, 11. It was just after. It was a year or two after my dad died. But the point is, don't focus on my part when my dad died. That is very depressing. But don't focus on that part. But yeah, that was the last time and I think first couple of times I ever went on a ship. Obviously, the main one being the HMS Victory, HMS Warrior, which is an actual in-service ship. I believe it was still in service at the time it was in Portsmouth. It is an attraction at the port, but I believe it was also in service still. But actually, no, HMS Victory is still in service to this day, as far as I know. It's an honorary position, but I believe it still is in service. That one I think needs fact-checking. But I believe the oldest fleet ship in the British Navy is the HMS Victory. I could be wrong on that one. I might be. I don't know. Actually, that's one thing I don't know. But I do know that it's a beautiful goddamn ship. That was repainted and refurbished to look like it would look in the 1800s. Which, the fact that there was... Oh, fucking... You better not have broke my fucking ship, you monsters. I'll worry about it afterwards. But yeah, so... Those are the only times I've ever been on a ship, so my knowledge when it comes to ships are pretty much the HMS Victory, the HMS Mary Rose, or just the Mary Rose, depending on how you're feeling. Typically, it's referred to as the Mary Rose because I don't believe it was. I don't believe the British Navy or the Royal Navy used the HMS insignia, or it's like the HMS sign until later in the year. I don't know. I believe it is the HMS Mary Rose, but most people just refer to the Mary Rose, but. Yeah, I went while that... So the point of the story was, I went while that was in still in its mist phase, where they were coating it in a wax-like substance. It's hard to remember exactly what it was, but it was a wax of some sort that was basically there to... being put on it to essentially make... God fucking damn it, that was... Oh, no, didn't break anything. But yeah, that was put on it to ensure that the integrity of the wood, because it had been coated in, it had been under the sea, bottom of the sea, coated in sand and mud and other things that helped it preserve for, well, I mean, think when Henry Tudor was, like that's 500 odd years ago. So, yeah, it was coated in waxes to ensure the integrity. And I haven't been since it's been pulled. It was a new half of it was made, and you can see the new half and the old half together. Obviously, the new ones with the plaques and stuff on it for people. But yeah, I mean, I do want to go see that. Actually, it would be very nice. But yeah, that was a very weird tangent. To say I don't have stories, apparently I do. So I don't know how relevant that is to The Witcher 3, which is. Pretty null and void. It's pretty much none. But yeah, I do need to go see those ships again. They're beautiful ships, amazing ships actually. Like I do still have. I admittedly, when I went, I did have the fear of looking over the edge of the ship, the side of the ship, because like I've been on ferries countless times in my youth, and I've never had a problem looking over the side of a ferry and like just thinking to myself, this is cool. Like just the water underneath the water, the water rushing by, foaming up. Obviously, when the waves pass by and all that stuff. It's really nice, but like looking at the looking off the edge of the HMS Warrior was just the opposite. I went up on the in the middle of it. There's like a little a bridge that you can go up on one side and walk over to the other side. I think it's for the sails, but obviously I don't remember exactly what it was because it's years ago now, like well over 10 years. But yeah, I remember walking along it over the edge of the side. So all that was between me and the water was literally the side of this small railing that was nowhere near as thick or definitely not going to protect me anywhere near as well as the side of the ship itself would have. Yeah, needless to say, I shit myself at that point. I do not know why, but it was not a good time for me. I'm gonna go kill that arsehole before that arsehole, becomes a problem. But yeah, so that was my really cool experience at the Portsmouth bottom port, which is I don't actually know what it's called. I think it might be just called Portsmouth Dock. Something like that. I don't think it's got a really like a really snazzy name. I think it is just like a really simple one, but. Honestly, if any of you guys come to England and you like ships and shit like that, yeah, go there. I mean, Portsmouth Port is also the HMS, like a Royal Navy base, which is there you can see some. I believe when I was there was an aircraft carrier in dock, and there was also one of the not new by this year, not by standards now, but like there was one of the newer destroyers of the year when I went. It was one of the ones that have like a proper sleek design. But yeah, there was one of those in port as well, which was really nice. Obviously, you couldn't go anywhere near those. They were actual military, like actual naval ships that are in active duty. But really nice place. I think there was a few other ships as well, but I believe there definitely was a aircraft carrier, and there was definitely like a newer style destroyer. It wasn't a cruiser. It wasn't big. It definitely wasn't a cruiser. It wasn't big enough, but it was definitely a destroyer, I believe. I've definitely seen pictures of something like that before, and it was definitely a destroyer. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it was fucking cool. But yeah, that's a random amount of time spent on that instead of just talking random, instead of just repeating myself when it comes to The Witcher. But that was a weird fucking tangent. I don't even know how I've gone on that, to be fair. But it's a tangent that actually I'd say holds up. So like I said, if you're in the UK and you want to know somewhere to go, and say if you like going on a tour around the UK, I'd definitely say go to Portsmouth and go to the docks. I don't know how good it is these days, but I mean, if nostalgia at the very least, you get to see the Mary Rose, which is, I believe, one of the oldest preserved ships, even if it's just technically half of the ship. I still think that counts as a very good. I still think that counts. Though I'd definitely say go, man. It's meant. But again, nostalgia goggles may be clouding my vision. I'm severely hoping they're not, to be honest, because I do want to go again and experience the exact same shit I experienced when I was there, but maybe not just experience the same shit when I was obviously when I went last, but experience some new shit. The new half of the Mary Rose and all that still cool stuff. And get these assholes away from my fucking little boat. I'm fucking sick of them messing up my boats. I think that's how we got onto it. It's just talking about the difference between fucking boats and ships. And how I learned what's different. But yeah, definitely think I'm gonna plan to go again. It'd be pretty cool. I don't really. I'm not really a big fan of like southern cities, like you know Portsmouth and Devon and all that stuff. Not because I don't like them, but because you know, is that whale? Well, this actually answers the question of is the whale actually there? And the whale's actually there, ladies and gentlemen. I always wondered if that was literally just a just something you saw above the water, and whether or not they'd actually put it under. I'm assuming if I go near it, it ain't gonna fucking do jack shit, but I'd assume they wouldn't expect you to go near it anyway. So that's one tangent down. What else can we tangent about? I mean, there's like some places on the Isle of Wight you could go to that are really nice. Like, you know, nothing, you know, same as like Portsmouth in, you know, the ships and that. I think there's a, I don't know if that is. As far as I can recall, I thought there was a, like a royal, like not a royal one. There was a, like an armory with loads of tanks, sorry, not an armory, like a place with loads of tanks, military vehicles and stuff like that from World War II and 1. Though I do not remember if that's on the Isle of Wight or if it's in somewhere in the south of England. One of the two of those. That's a very large place to cover, but my memory's always like hazy when it comes to whereabouts that was. Yeah, I actually don't remember, but it's one of those two, that was pretty cool as well. But I mean, there's the armory in Leeds, which is really nice. The Royal Armory is, I think it's the Royal Armory. There's an armory. Basically, there's a massive like a museum of royal like arms and stuff like that. You know, like armors, different armors throughout the years, different uniforms, all that shit. Some cool weapons as well. It's actually really fucking cool. If you're ever in the north of England, go to Leeds just to go there. I think it is the Royal Armory, yeah. Bloody worth it. It's fucking awesome. So, obviously, those of you watching this probably do expect me to talk pretty, military stuff, especially, you know, British military and stuff like that, but the Royal Armory has a lot of different cultures, I believe, as well. It's been a few years since I've been there as well. I'm almost certain there was a samurai armor in there. At some point, there was samurai armor there. Though it has been literally... It hasn't been as long since I've been there, since I went to the... it's been longer since I last went to the port of Portsmouth. When I last went to the Royal Armory in Leeds. But I'm pretty sure there was you know, what's it called? There was samurai armor there last I went. Though, yeah, really, I really do not remember if I'm honest. Though I can't see what them. There either definitely was or there definitely wasn't. I honestly don't know. It's a 50-50. Like, this is one of the few ones where I actually legitimately do not remember. Which, I'll be honest, does not happen often when it comes to like military memorabilia and stuff like that. I typically do remember quite well the what they look like and, you know, if there was there. I know there's a really cool range of weaponry and stuff like that as well. But don't actually remember much more than that. At this point, I'm just thinking of cool places in Britain to go. If, like, there's also the on the Isle of Wight. There's the castle. I can't remember what it's fucking called though. It's a castle where the Charles I was imprisoned before his execution. I can't fucking remember it. Literally my favourite goddamn place in the Isle of Wight, and I cannot remember its name. Yeah, I don't remember it. But if you're ever on the Isle of Wight near Newport, there is the castle, which I don't remember the name of, which I could look up, but right now we're a little bit more busy trying to make sure we get all of these goddamn question marks filled out. But oh, see, now it's gonna bother me that I don't remember the name of the castle. Okay. I'm gonna get back on the boat and I'm gonna use my phone to there we go, Newport. The second I see it, the name will come back to me. I'll be proper pissed off at myself. Right, I've already found the actual castle. I just need to remember the. Fuck off. Tell me the name. Carisbrooke Castle. That's the one. Yeah, really nice castle. Not much to do there. It's mostly like a garden and shit, but it's still cool. Still cool in my book. Still really cool. Probably has more nostalgia factor for me though, because I did go there as a kid with my dad, so that probably, you know, hits a little bit more harder for me. But still a cool place if you're in the UK for anything. Very cool place. To be fair, any of the historical landmarks in the UK are pretty much worth going to. I mean, there's a few that are a bit shit, but like all of the like actual like the historical ones I'd say are worth it, to be honest. Like there's a little bit of history, like, you know, English UK history. Like you know, the Normans, like castles made by the Normans, shit like that. You know, like castles that have like historical significance. You know, like the Carisbrooke, where Charles I was basically just held until his execution. Which there's a big like tour you can go through the castle where they basically just take you to that. It's really, yeah, it's just like loads of cool stuff you can do. Oh, we've done the castle. Oh, sorry, no, we've already done this. Well, whatever fucking loot I got, it was shit. Do you know what? Those sirens don't seem to be bothering me, so I'm just going to leave them alone so they don't annoy me. Yeah, we've got over this. This is like the last. This is the easy bit. The next bit's the easy bit. There's Warwick Castle. That's pretty cool as well. Somewhere in the UK has the largest trebuchet in Europe, which I think is fucking awesome. I mean, there's probably a lot of people who don't give a shit about trebuchets, but trebuchets are goddamn cool. If you go around Halloween, they fire like pumpkins, or they used to. Again, this is years ago when I was last there. I have not been to these places in years. They could be a lot crappier than I remember. I'm assuming they're not, but you know, if you do take up my recommendations, don't, you know, hold it against me, because again, I haven't done any of these been to any of these places in at least 5-6 years. I think the last one I went to was the Leeds Royal Armoury, which again was probably when I was like 19, 20, maybe 18, probably 18 actually. I think I was in college. Yeah, 18, 17. So yeah. These are nearly a decade ago, so yeah, don't take my word for them. Just, you know, they're suggestions. They're definitely at least worth a look, but whether or not they are as good as they used to be is up to you. That's up to you. Obviously, you seeing that for yourself. But I mean, the one place you really have to go to if you go to the UK is Alton Towers, because, you know, fucking rides. So second, you know, the Rona, good old Rona fucks off. That is somewhere I intend to go in after in September time, when it's you know, leaning towards the end of the season. End of the season, obviously, for theme parks, because in the UK we have seasons. I think even in America and places like that you have like seasons when. Thank fuck. I nearly shit myself that boat then. I was like, I am not fucking swimming all the way from here back. But yeah, so, I mean, there's so many places in the UK that are worth it. There's probably so many places in Wales and Scotland and Ireland and Northern Ireland, you know, different places. There's probably loads of places in those countries as well to visit. I've just never been to any. I don't think I've ever actually been to Scotland, Ireland, Wales, or Northern Ireland, to be fair. I've definitely never been to either part of Ireland, and as far as I know, I've never been to Wales. Might have been taken really, really fucking young and just never knew. But as far as I know, I've never been there either. And I definitely know I've never been to Scotland. I know that. I think the furthest north I've been is Manchester. No, I don't think that's right. No, I think it is. I've not been further north than the north of England. Like, that's the furthest north in the UK I've been. So, you know, that's a definite. And we'll do one more of these, just, you know, to pass time. Well over 400 already. All right, fucking hell, I was way off in my estimation. But yeah, fuck. I do not. Oh, well, it doesn't really matter. But yeah. So many places in the UK that are worth visiting. So many places in just all of the UK, really. But I'd definitely say go see the Majours first. That's probably the most important one. Or the most coolest, in my opinion. Well, somehow got a really massive, tangent from that, which is good. Because as much as I love these types of parts, they are a bit, they wear on you a bit. They make you want to be a bit. They make like if like a lot of YouTubers, they somehow just seamlessly weave stories into gameplay. And on it, I try to do my best, to like my utmost to focus on the game. And sometimes, like this is why RPGs are typically the minority of the two types of games I really try to keep on the channel. Like my streams, that's different. I'll play any fucking game on there. Like any game that I'm enjoying, I'll probably stream. But on here, I typically just play role-playing games and strategy games. But you'll always see role-playing being in the minority. I would typically have like one role-playing or two role-playing and two strategy. But typically it'll be one role-playing, two strategy, currently of course. But you'll always see a majority strategy focus, because role-playing games, when you have like this a lot of travel to do, I find it really fucking hard to just think about the game. And it's obviously because I try to keep commentary on point and show, to the fact that we're playing what game we're playing. Try not to have massive fucking divergence like I just did. But maybe people enjoy that little bit of a real side more. I don't know. Obviously, you guys can tell me. But I probably am gonna, in these really, really long fucking sailing parts, probably gonna have to bring a mix of just random shit in. I'm gonna believe these are drowners, but I'm gonna stand up anyway. Fuck it. I will do this one as well. And they were drowners. That's great. There's fucking two of them as well. God damn, that's shit. But yeah. So I mean, if you guys like this, like really weird story about just my shit I did in my childhood, and the side of depressing, but then yeah, I'll probably try and keep that up in the next part, and maybe in the next couple, and the entire Let's Play, or any role-playing game I play. Try and keep the like the same type of shit going on. But all I can say now is this is how close we are to finish, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We can hammer those out in the next part easy. Which means part 139, easily we should be going straight to Toussaint at that point. We should be in Toussaint by a part 140. Mark my words. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys have enjoyed today, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next part for part 139. See you guys then.